This must be the place where they saw grapes.
Grapes? I saw that in the database.
Yeah? Are you sure? Because I don't think grapes can grow in this environment. I'm starting to wonder what the scavengers could possibly have mistaken for a grape.
Well, this is a very moist environment, or humid, inside this cave, and it seems pretty warm as well, so...
Eve, look!
Who knows?
Grapes! Just like the ones I saw in the database.
Really? That's great.
Grapes. Here, of all places. It just doesn't make sense. And besides, wines can't be made from any old grapes, you know?
Okay, Adam. Barry will do the rest if I deliver these.
I was just thinking, like, why that matters so much to Adam. Like, even if the wine could not possibly be made from these grapes, why would he care? But I think the reason as to why he cares is because of his own experience and ego, maybe. It kind of tells us how old his character is, you know? Or how old he is as a person. Like, kind of like here lecturing us about, like, you know, how something like wine, a liquid that is often associated with like a nobility like status, or as a status symbol liquid, you know, in throughout like the history. So it gives like the kind of idea that him being, well, with the context that we know, him being Raphael Marx, like, he would probably know of such like substances both because of his stature, but also because of his, status, but also because of his age. So it's like an example of like that kind of like bits and it's like one of those nuances where an older person has learned a whole lot of bits and pieces of kind of a lot of the times unnecessary knowledge that you have just accumulated throughout your life that usually does not really matter anything until it randomly just does. And then you feel like you're in the right, so you just
Here's what you
like
asked for.
almost sermon your point to somebody who doesn't know.
Really were grapes. Angel, there's something I need to tell you.
If it's anything,
What
then
is it?
just a funny
I
anecdote.
did mention that it wasn't my fault, but to be honest, I drank everything you brought back from the cellar. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I lied to you.
I see.
I'm not in the habit of lying. I couldn't stand the guilt. It won't happen again. Please forgive me.
Well, at least you came clean. I'll let it slide. Just this once. Good luck with the memorial service. I'll try to stop by.
Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you. Thank you.
That's another very human aspect of Eve. She does not go and tell the Sentinels what
I wonder
Barry
what
did,
homemade wine tastes like.
because
A sip
she
will
feels
hurt,
like
right?
she's compassionate enough to the point where she feels that in this sensitive, confidential confrontation with Barry, she feels that it's more appropriate to keep this entire meeting and situation confidential rather than go yapping about it to the authorities, you know? That is something that any like artificial intelligence algorithm would not be able to understand in a situation like this. It's just another one of those several or plethora of examples where like Eve shows her qualities of as a like much more human when it comes to like how she thinks or what decisions she makes compared to decisions that make logical sense, you know?
Welcome to Berries. Angel, I hope you've been
I guess I could say that she's much more cognitively and
Seeing you in the
emotionally
sacred
driven when it
square
comes to her
warms
decision
my
making.
heart.
It's a beautiful place. but it could always be improved. Barry,
Sure thing. Please drop by if you have...
all right.
It is something that any machine is gonna have incredibly difficult time trying to figure out as to why. That's just the exact thing, isn't it? A machine or an algorithm has to know the why. But a lot of the time, when it comes to human activity and encounters with somebody, a lot of the time the reason why just comes down to feels, emotions, or sometimes just because you felt like it. Something just felt appropriate. How do you explain something, you know? A lot of the things that you do are not gonna have an explanation necessarily. It is just something that you just either understand or you just don't understand. The big difference of what makes a convincing and intelligent but artificially created intelligent or creation of some sort compared to a human being.